Bro, quick video, but I want to talk about why these game dudes are really mad. They're really mad is because you have to understand most of these guys spend their whole entire life trying to master that craft of game, which is bullshit and dysfunctional. And you have to look at it for what it is, because when you're using game, who really has the power in that situation? It's not the game dudes. It's this female. Because dudes out here using manipulation and deception, which is what game really is, in order to get the bitch, to get the pussy, to get in them guts in that wall. They're using game to convince the chick or make the chick think that's what decision she really wants to make. And all I gotta say, if you gotta do all that, because dudes are being passive aggressive, it's passive. When dudes use so-called game, it's really just passive, indirect shit. Instead of just being straight up telling the chick what it is, this is what you're gonna do, blah blah blah. Basically on some mode one shit. I mean, if dudes gotta do all that passive shit, then really this female has all the power. And that's the reason why these chicks are out of control now. With the pornography and shit. It's these game dudes. See, these game dudes, they want to go out here and try to blame these simps, so-called simps and tricks and stuff, for the reason why females have all these bullshit ass standards and expectations and shit. But in reality, it's really these game dudes. And they just want to get mad and try to feed dudes with less experience to chicks who have more experience, because they want to share all that burden. So they don't have to carry all that burden on their shoulders, which is bullshit. But guys are starting to say, F it, I'm opting out. And guys, game guys are mad about that, because guys are going against the grain when they're saying fuck game. Oh, I'm not dealing with these dots out here in the States. I'm traveling. Dudes are feeling some type of way because shit changed. They can't be about sending a chick home with a wet ass or having a mouthpiece. You have to contribute more than just that. You actually have to have some skill sets or have some type of substance, some values, some morals, be about family and stuff like that. A lot of these guys, these gang guys, majority of them do not want to hold up their end of the bargain when it comes to the burden of being a sacrificial pawn as a man. Like you having all these values, you being the good guy, being a family man, while all these other guys, they just get to go out here, send chicks home with a wet ass. Because these gang guys, it's not just about them being mad because guys don't want to accept the so-called game. They really get mad because really, when guys are being anti-gang, it's like you having your boycott and you trying to battle them, because they need you more than you need them. They need the so-called beta bucks or guys who's gonna wife these chicks up, guys who have all these values, being a good father, being a good husband, being a family man, because they don't have to be uphold to that burden. They want certain guys that's gonna play their role while they get to go out there and have their fun and do what the fuck they want to do. That's why these gang dudes are tripping, which is part of the conversations that guys are not talking about. The whole beta buck and alpha fuck thing. That's the other side of the conversation when it comes to this game shit. A lot of these guys don't give a damn about guys not want to use game and shit, because this whole game conversation, it goes into other things, other factors as well. There's other factors that plays into this game shit. It's really about this hierarchy shit. That's why these game dudes are tripping. Because what's the point of game if guys are not even in the market to compete against in the first place? And they trying to talk about what gang can be. Gang can be based on life. Even if you want to make that argument, like, what's the point of that if guys don't give a fuck about using gang when it comes to like building families and shit, or competing against other men when it comes to these females and shit? A lot of guys just doing what they need to do, working, trying to get themselves together, build up their resources, and after that, they'll probably just move somewhere, like travel. You can talk about it. That's game. That's the game. It don't matter, because dudes don't give a fuck about competing, and dudes don't give a fuck about dudes who's on that game shit. So that takes away the thrill of the hunt. Yeah, it takes away from that thrill. Well, you had to do this, but I just had to use my mouthpiece and get her. Or you had to go to college, or you had to get some experience to get this job. I just had to use my mouthpiece to get this job from this manager. Or I'm piping down a manager to get a raise, or to get some extra benefits. Yeah, that's gang. Gang. To some of these guys, gang makes them feel more powerful than the next guy. But they won't have that feeling if most guys say fuck gang and all that bullshit. Just do what they need to do and then just leave. Leave the fucking system, this matrix, or don't give a fuck about playing into the matrix. They can talk all this shit about how, oh, game is life. That's a deflection, man. That's a deflection to try to change and reset the conversation. But at the end of the day, when it comes to it, when these guys talk about gang, they talking about these bitches, or they talking about really the feeling of having power over another guy because of this concept of gang. That's really what it's about. These dudes can try to say that, oh, when you do this, that's gang. That's gang. That's bullshit. These dudes are gaslighting the fuck out of you. It's gaslighting because most people do not even use gang as a concept like that. Well, you when you get this job and you make people do this and that, that's gang. Stop it. No damn way people don't use gang that way. People use gang for these bitches, or to make it seem like they more powerful than the next guy because they got over on the next guy. Let's keep it a fucking buck. When you go to a certain environment where everything is functional, you don't need to use fucking gang. I don't give a fuck what these guys are saying. Game is based on manipulation and deception. And yes, it's negative. Well, you make it seem like it's negative. Manipulation is always negative. It is negative. Manipulation is manipulation. It don't matter what reason you're using it for. It still don't make it right. That's like me saying, well, I only cheated because you cheated. It still don't make it right. Two wrongs don't make it right. Man, these dudes, man. These dudes are crazy, man. And I know I said this ain't gonna be a long video, but damn, these dudes got me feeling some type of way. I mean, I'm hyped right now. These dudes are the type of dudes that say, well, if you're able to trade your Caterpie for a Charizard, that's game. Because you're using your mouthpiece. You're trying to market yourself, position yourself to get over on somebody. That's game. If you trade your Karibo for a Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's game. Because you position yourself to get over on another person. Really. These dudes are crazy, man. Damn. Really? How about this? If you guys have so much game, why don't you use your mouthpiece to be a freaking trillionaire or a billionaire? And really, these shits got more game than any of these dudes. See, a lot of these dudes think that they got all this game and they got control over this bitch. But in reality, they really don't, because, you know, they got feminism. They have a system in place where they can knock a dude out the frame. And I doubt any dude got enough mouthpiece to try to wither himself around feminism. I mean, Do you really think you have such a good enough mouthpiece that you can out alpha feminism, gynocracy? Man, this is just ridiculous, man. Let me know what you guys think. Because I'm not gonna waste no more of my time and energy on this shit. This is just bullshit.